Hello students, today's topic is the eukaryotic transcription. First, let us study the important features of eukaryotic transcription. As we all know, transcription is a process of copying of genetic information from one strand of the DNA into the RNA. So this is a definition of transcription. So in the previous video we have discussed about the prokaryotic transcription, and the process of prokaryotic transcription takes place in the cytoplasm. But in case of eukaryotes, the transcription takes place within the nucleus. Because the DNA is located within the nucleus, so the transcription takes place inside the nucleus. In case of eukaryotic cells, different types of RNA polymerase enzyme, that is DNA dependent RNA polymerase enzymes, are involved in the synthesis of a specific type of RNA. But in prokaryotes, same type of RNA polymerase enzyme, single type of RNA polymerase enzyme is involved in the synthesis of all types of RNA. So this is another important difference between prokaryotic transcription and eukaryotic transcription. The RNA polymerase 1, this is the first type, RNA polymerase 1, that transcribes rRNA. RNA polymerase 2 synthesizes the precursor of mRNA, that is called as hnRNA, and RNA polymerase 3 produces tRNA, 5srRNA, and snrRNA. So these are the different types of RNA molecules produced by the polymerase RNA polymerase 3 enzyme. Just see here the importance of RNA polymerase 2. RNA polymerase 2 does not produce mRNA directly. Instead of that, the precursor of mRNA called hnRNA is produced, and then hnRNA will be converted into mRNA. So in this video we are mainly studying about the functioning of RNA polymerase 2 enzyme, that is the production of mRNA by the RNA polymerase 2 enzyme. See here, the diagrammatic representation of eukaryotic transcription is given. This is the double-stranded DNA molecule. Here this segment of DNA acts as a transcriptional unit. The first part is the promoter. At the end, the transcriptional unit consists terminator, that is not mentioned here. But just remember, you know the structure of transcriptional unit. Promoter is the site at which transcription begins. Terminator is the site at which the transcription terminates. Between the promoter and terminator, there is a structural gene that has the information for the synthesis of a specific type of RNA. And among the two strands of DNA, one strand with the polarity 3' to 5' acts as the template strand or antisense strand that directs the synthesis of RNA. The another strand running from 5' to 3' with the polarity 5' to 3' that acts as coding strand that is not involved in the transcription. Now the first step in the eukaryotic transcription, that is initiation. During the initiation, the enzyme called as RNA polymerase enzyme, particularly the RNA polymerase 2 here, we are mainly focusing on that in this chapter. So the RNA polymerase enzyme binds to the promoter by the help of initiation factors. So now the RNA polymerase enzyme binds to the promoter, and that breaks the hydrogen bonds present between the strands, and that causes the separation of the parental strands. So this is initiation. So initiation is followed by elongation. During elongation, the RNA polymerase enzyme moves through the DNA molecule that will move from the upstream end to the downstream end, and during this process it will break the hydrogen bonds between the strands present between the DNA strands. so that the RNA polymerase enzyme causes the separation of the parental strands, and simultaneously the RNA polymerase enzyme reads the information present on the template strand and then joins RNA nucleotides complementarily to the parental DNA strand, that is a template strand, so that the RNA molecule is synthesized. And always the new RNA nucleotides are added to the 3' end of the newly synthesized RNA molecule. So now when the RNA polymerase enzyme reaches the terminator, there will be the dissociation of enzyme from the DNA molecule. When the RNA polymerase enzyme reaches the terminator, the RNA polymerase enzyme will be removed from the DNA molecule, and the DNA molecule again undergoes hybridization or the coiling, and this causes the releasing of the RNA molecule. So here we should remember the first, the starting point is, or the starting end is the 5' end, the last end, that is the 3' end, and this is the RNA molecule released at the end of the transcription, that is at the time of termination. Now just see here the RNA molecule, that is mRNA produced here, is actually not mRNA. This is a precursor of mRNA, that is called as hnRNA, that is called as hnRNA. And this hnRNA consists different structural components. It consists of non-coding sequences called as introns, and the coding sequences are called as exons. In this diagram you can see the exons represent coding sequences, introns represents non-coding sequences. Non-coding sequence means that does not contain any information. Exon consists the information. So there is a need to remove the introns and there is a need to join only the exons. But before that, simultaneously 3 important events takes place after the production of hnRNA, and such 3 events are together known as processing. So these are the post-transcriptional changes. In that, one is capping. Here you can see the labeling capping. Capping is nothing but addition of 5' methylated guanosine triphosphate to the 5' end of the RNA. So this is a RNA molecule produced by the transcription. To the 5' end there is a addition of a cap, that is 5' methylated guanosine triphosphate. And the next important event, that is splicing. Splicing means, see, the introns are coiled here and then it leads to the removal of such introns. After the removal of introns, only the exons will be joined. So the joining of exons, removal of introns is known as RNA splicing. And the last event in the processing, that is addition of poly A tail. The joining of or addition of poly A tail to the 3' end of the RNA is called as polyadenylation, or it is also called as tailing. So capping, splicing and tailing, these are the 3 important post-transcriptional changes or processing. So the processing results in the production of mRNA. So processing results in the production of mRNA. So this is regarding the eukaryotic transcription. So this is the final product of processing, that is mRNA and or messenger RNA. You can see at the 5' end there is a methylated guanosine triphosphate, and at the 3' end there is a poly A tail. Students, see here, this is the diagrammatic representation of eukaryotic transcription. The first diagram, that is the DNA molecule, and the RNA polymerase enzyme binds to the promoter, then proceeds through the DNA molecule. So while it moving towards the downstream end, it breaks the hydrogen bonds present between the strands, and the RNA polymerase enzyme reads the information present on the template strand or antisense strand, and that synthesizes new RNA molecule. And after the synthesis of hnRNA, the hnRNA undergoes processing. The first one is capping, that is addition of methylated guanosine triphosphate to the 5' end, followed by the splicing, that is the removal of introns and joining of exons, and then tailing or polyadenylation, that is the addition of poly A tail to the 3' end, and the final product is messenger RNA or mRNA. The steps involved in the eukaryotic transcription, and here mainly the functioning of RNA polymerase II enzyme is described. The first step in the eukaryotic transcription is initiation. During initiation, the RNA polymerase enzyme recognizes and binds to the promoter by the help of transcriptional factors. RNA polymerase enzyme breaks the hydrogen bonds present between the strands and separate them. The next one is elongation. During elongation, the RNA polymerase enzyme joins or links RNA nucleotides complementary to the template strand and antisense strand or antisense strand. During transcription, only one parental DNA strand, that is known as a template or antisense strand, is involved in the synthesis of RNA molecules. The next one is termination. In this step, the RNA polymerase enzyme recognizes the terminator. When the RNA polymerase enzyme reaches the terminator, the dissociation of enzymes takes place. It results in the releasing of synthesized RNA molecule. In eukaryotes, hnRNA is produced by the enzyme called as RNA polymerase II. So hnRNA, that is a heterogeneous nuclear RNA, that is a precursor of hnRNA. Just remember, hnRNA is non-functional. So this will be converted into a functional mRNA in the next step. So hnRNA, that is a heterogeneous nuclear RNA, is composed of both the coding sequences called as exons and the non-coding sequences called as introns. So hnRNA consists both coding and non-coding sequences, but the product of hnRNA, that is produced after the processing, that is mRNA, consists only the coding sequences called as exons. Now let us see the processing. The hnRNA undergoes post-transcriptional changes to convert as a functional mRNA. It involves three events. The first one is the capping. It is the addition of cap sequence, that is methylated guanosine triphosphate at 5' end. The next one is splicing. It is a removal of introns and joining of exons. And the last one is tailing. It is the joining or addition of poly A tail at 3' RNA, end of RNA. So all the above processes results in synthesis of mRNA. So this is regarding the eukaryotic transcription. The remaining topics will be discussed in the next video. Thank you.